world. Thank you. Your example has taught us the true meaning of strength, courage, and faith. You're an inspiration to the world. God bless you all.
Why?
Because we said, we wouldn't go too far.
Don't you want me?
Oh, Sophia, I don't want...
Yes, what about her?
She's dead. I just heard it in the car radio coming home.
Yes. Yes, well, that doesn't surprise me. So someone finally plugged the woman.
I didn't say she was shot.
Intuition. Was she?
Yes.
Well, a woman like Miss Baker couldn't hope to have a peaceful end, could she? But our thoughts should be with Matthew. He's going to need us now more than ever.
He's not the only one. It's brought it all back. Ryan and Justine.
I miss Carl and Rachel sometimes. And I definitely miss having...
So Josie Watt shot down in the line of duty? Blair Baker's violent end?
Matthew, I'm so sorry.
I'm glad you came home, Matthew.
I tried to reach you as soon as I found out.
I hate to interrupt a family moment, but I understand that my grandsons are here.
Yes, Donna.
Yeah. And why wasn't I told that they were here? When did they get back? Why didn't Victoria come with them?
I can't answer any of those questions. Jake just brought them here, and he said that Vicky would come back
Well, that's
eventually.
all very well and good, but why didn't he bring them to me? I have just as much right to have them as anybody else.
Donna,
they are my grandsons.
They're upstairs.
As well.
I'm sure they're going to be very happy to see you. They're in Allie's room. You know where that is, don't you?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Matthew, why don't you come down to the kitchen with me?
No, I'm not hungry.
I think I would like something warm to drink, please.
What news, Raphael?
I hooked up with Blair and gave her the money and the fake IDs, just like you said. And now she's dead, Carl. Blair's dead.
Yes, well, the silly cow should have taken my advice and left Bay City, shouldn't she?
Somebody iced her and got away with a whole lot of cash.
Yes. Pity.
You got an idea who did it? Who killed her, Carl?
Padatu.
What?
No. No, I haven't a clue. Obviously, some snake charmer.
There's nothing more you can do.
Really? Was she the woman who cried in my arms because she needed to be loved? Or was she the woman that Josie said drugged Gary, poured liquor down his throat?
I expect she was both. Nothing is ever black and
Didn't
white.
she realize how many people could get hurt?
Sometimes a conscience works, Matthew, and sometimes it doesn't.
Did she deserve to die? Shouldn't have punished her the way I did.
What are you saying?
Captain McNamara, any idea when forensics might have something more on...
Killed her. Send me the bill. Thank you.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just taking care of some last-minute things. I don't know what to call her, Jackie Warren or Blair Baker.
Matthew, you said that you were responsible for Blair's death. Is that true?
Might as well have. She wanted to leave Bay City. She knew she wasn't welcome here. Gary, Josie, Jake, they all wanted her gone. I convinced her to stay.
You cared about her. There's nothing wrong with that.
There was this beautiful woman who was making me feel alive again, not since Dinah and I split up. And I wanted her to stay. She wanted to leave. She was being hounded by her past. With Gary, with Carl. They wanted her gone. I convinced her to stay. It's my fault. Now she's dead.
She's dead because she tried to kill Josie.
How can somebody do that? How can somebody be two completely different people? I didn't know any Jackie, any Cobra. I knew Blair.
Oh, you thought you did. But a cobra will always be deadly. At least until it's crushed.
I was expecting this, but seeing it in writing is...
Pigs could fly. Look here, lad. We tend to lose our sense of reason when it comes to affairs of the heart. Now, no matter how many times she shed her skin, a cobra remains a cobra.
But if I thought for 1 minute that you were the same man that you were, I wouldn't be with you now.
I'm just the same man. Only I make different choices.
You're a better person.
Well, that's thanks to you. And to Ryan. You see, I was lucky. It was your mother who taught me how to love, how to accept love. You see, I was lucky.
I could have done that for Blair.
Yes, well, it doesn't always work out that way, Matthew.
We don't know, do we? We'll never know. I loved her. It wasn't enough. God, I should have trusted her more.
And then you would have been putting your life at risk.
She ended up dead. And I didn't do enough to prevent it, Carl.
Look, we all have to make choices in this life. Each and every one of us. What move do we make? We sometimes struggle to make the right choice. And then sometimes we fail. I'm sorry, lad.
I'm a pretty fast healer.
And a smile.
Oh, well, it's all Dante's.
You know, helping bringing him into the world was one of the peak experiences of my life, I think.
You and Charlene and Felicia were amazing. Thank God you were with me.
Midwives are us.
Really? I'm just glad Joe got there in time to see Dante's early entrance.
Yeah, well, you know, we Carlinos have our own special way of doing things, right, big guy?
Speaking of which, I'm getting hungry, hun.
Oh, good, because I just brought gobs and gobs of food and put it in your refrigerator from the gourmet boy.
No!
Yes! Oh, right. Okay, well, come on now. Lighten up, Joe. I mean, this bringing food to a new mother is an old and ancient tradition, I bet, even in Calabria.
Hey, look what I found outside when I got back from the hospital.
Oh,
This family keeps getting bigger.
Oh, it's so cute. Who's it from?
I don't know yet. Hold on.
Well, thanks, honey.
Hey, Joey, I'm gonna go over to the restaurant for a little while.
Sophia, Tony's taking care of everything today. You don't have to go to the restaurant. I mean, you can stay here and be an aunt. Zia Sophia, bask in the glory of Dante.
Who knows, Joe? Maybe I'll wind up like Aunt Franny, an old maid aunt, huh? That'd make your life right.
No matter what I say. Congratulations, mother and child. 3 guesses who?
Jake.
Like I had nothing to do with it.
Joe, don't be upset. Look, Dante's gonna love cuddling, and that's what really counts, right?
Listen, I gotta go pick up my paycheck, all right? And I gotta get a few more things for little Bambino over here. All right, do me a favor. Do not go up to the nursery until I get back, okay?
Joe, I have to go to the nursery.
I want to be there with him when he sees it with you for the first time, okay?
Oh, that sounds like a father talking. Indulge him. Consider yourself indulged.
I consider myself indulged. Rachel, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
everything, all right? For the food, too, but listen to me. Don't do anything else, all right? No more writing checks, no more paying bills for us.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I'm very grateful, like you did. Enough is enough.
Okay, I did it.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Thanks. I love you.
I love you.
I'll be back soon.
So, I guess he's still upset because I gave you that loan, huh?
Mm-hmm. Joe's pride is, well, larger than life.
Oh, I know, but he has a lot of love.
Yeah. Sometimes I think maybe he loves just a little too much, though.
Lisa!
Riley, well, he's out back. Aren't you going to say hi to me?
Oh, hi, Grandpa.
Hi.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
I think if you were a dog, they'd be all over you.
Riley's the most popular person in the house right now, I guess, but I suppose I should thank you for bringing my grandchildren out to see me.
Well, don't strain yourself.
Don't worry, I won't.
About the businessman of the year award.
Don't even bring that up. I let Nick talk me into waiting.
Why am I opening up to you about all this?
You had to tell somebody.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's easier to tell someone you're not really close to.
Please don't tell Morgan. I've hardly been able to get into it with him. You know, and thank you.
Oh, Jake, are they in bed?
Yes, the children have gone to the bathroom many times. They are asleep in their pajamas in front of the new video I bought them. Does your security system work?
Yes, why?
Just in case Grant stops by.
Grant, why?
You haven't heard. Grant is out of jail.
How?
His best friend, the governor, gave him a full pardon. So listen, we need to do everything we can to keep Grant away from Vicky and those kids.
They do get about, don't they? I didn't know. It was a fait accompli.
Jake says he thinks he's going to come around looking for Kirkland.
Yes, well, he undoubtedly will.
Are you upset?
Upset? Yes. Yes, I'm upset.
Are you going to do something?
You mean revenge? No. I promised Ryan. My job is to protect the boys.
I just don't want this to consume your life.
I learned from that experience.
Well, perhaps Grant has learned from his experience in prison, then.
We'll see.
Jake says that he saved someone. He saved them from a fire in prison.
Yes. He's a hero.
You knew that, too.
Jake's right. Best to keep on guard.
But if he's going to come around, wouldn't he have done so by now?
It's just a matter of time.
Oh, gracious, the boys. Darling. Boys? Boys?
Look, I saw Grant last night at the Harbor Club, and we have to keep him away from Vicky and those kids.
Jake, what do you have in mind?
What are you doing here?
I've come to see my son.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Better.
Better?
Better now that you're here.
I woke you up.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm, sure. Look what I brought.
My blanket.
Yeah, your blanket. You told me it gets cold in here, so I figured I'd bring you something to keep you warm when I can't.
Yeah.
Now, you can go back to sleep and you can dream about our honeymoon.
No, I don't want to go back to sleep. No, this medicine's giving me the weirdest dreams.
What kind of dreams? Dreams about Blair?
No, I still can't remember what happened. So other things. I was dreaming that there was a wedding. There's a beautiful bride and a beautiful gown.
Okay, what's so weird about that?
Well, it wasn't our wedding. It was another wedding. And I was the maid of honor. And the bride was my mom.
Hey, Charlene, I just wanted to let you know that I dropped Gregory off at soccer practice.
Well, thank you very much for running the carpool. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to do it. Beautiful flowers. Who are they from?
They're for Josie.
Well, somebody went all out. If you'd like, I'll take them down to
No,
her
that's
room.
okay, because I'm going to go up there later. Okay. Did you need something else?
These are some preliminary specs for the new trauma unit. I thought that you and Michael might want to go over them with Rita
John,
and the contractors.
About working with Michael.
Yeah, listen, I can't thank you enough. I'm so glad that you two are doing it. That way, I'll know that it'll be done right.
Look, I know that I committed to doing this, but upon further thought, I don't...
Charlene, I'm not taking no for an answer.
John, I really don't have time. I'm so backed up as it is. I've got too much to do for Dr. Madison to be working on the trauma unit, too.
Oh, Charlene, don't worry about me. I mean, this project is too important. I'll make sure you have all the time you need for it.
Thank you, Rita.
Well, we all want what's best for the hospital, John.
See? No problem. Unless there's some reason you don't want to help.
Charlene, Oh, hi. Everything okay?
No. No, everything's not okay. I want to get this thing settled with you two, right now.
I can explain.
Look, John is trying to talk me into working with you, Michael. And I'm trying to convince him that I really don't have the time.
Obviously, you two have discussed this.
I thought John should know, so that he could find someone else.
But there is no one else. You're the best person that's suited for this.
Why? I have absolutely no experience with this sort of thing.
John, if Charlene doesn't want to do it...
Charlene, listen to me. Josie nearly died because we were delayed in treating her. Just think of how many lives will be saved with a unit like
John,
this.
I understand all of that.
Well, good,
I do.
good. Then it's settled. I'm counting on you. Don't let her change her mind.
I thought...
Michael, I know what you thought. And that is exactly why we cannot do this project together. John is bound to find out what happened between us.
Is that why? Or are you worried that it might happen again?
I've been looking everywhere for you.
I've been here.
I keep missing you. Hey, Courtney. You came home last night after I fell asleep. And you left this morning before I got up, and you've been scarce all day. I haven't seen you.
I've been very busy.
Yeah, look, I know you're mad at me for going to the Herald about Kelly Nichols, and I want to make up for it.
The damage is already done, Morgan. It's too late.
I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
You just don't understand, do you?
I'm trying to understand.
I've got patience to see.
Hey, Hey, I'll get that for you. Let's see. What do you do with this?
What the hell do you think you're doing, man?
I've come to see my son.
I didn't know your son's even here.
I know he's here.
You take one more step in here, I'm
gonna
gonna drop your
This
teeth!
isn't going to solve anything, Jake.
Am I missing something here? Isn't this Grant Harrison the man who shot your son, Carl? The man who kidnapped Vicky and Stephen in Kirkland?
I will handle this, Jake. Get into the living room, please.
Well, you think that's funny, don't you?
What would you do, Jake?
Never mind.
What would you do? Would you kill him?
I'd love to kill him.
Tempting. God knows it's tempting. That's not the way.
Carl, I'm telling you, whatever the way is, my friend, we have to make sure that he stays away from Kirkland and Stephen and Vicky. The boys are in the kitchen.
You have no right to be here.
I have every right. I'm the boy's father.
Vicky has total control over your visitation privileges, and you forfeited those when you went to prison.
And I was pardoned by the governor. Now that changes things considerably. Now look, if you choose not to cooperate, I'll simply call my attorney.
Call him.
Where's my son? What have you done with him? Don't you think it's time that you think about Kirkland? Don't you think that boy is wondering why he can't see his father now that I'm available to him?
He's much better off without you.
He loves me.
He despises you. Well, he will in time.
My God. What have you told him?
What you've done.
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't hurt a young child that way.
You're right, Grant. This is about Kirkland now. What's best for Kirkland?
Is it best to keep a son from his father?
I think you'd best leave now, Grant.
Please. I need to see my boy. Rachel, I need to see my son.
Patient of mine was raped.
Oh, that's right. I was here when they brought her in.
I'm just trying to get a better understanding on how I might be able to help.
They still haven't found the rapist, have they?
No.
It's frightening. I won't let Frankie or Maggie go jogging in the park anymore.
Yeah, well, you do what you have to do to keep them safe.
This has really affected you, hasn't it?
I just don't want anyone else going through
What?
what my patient had to suffer through. You know, it ruins everything, your work, your relationships.
She's lucky to have a doctor like you who cares so much.
Yeah, well, I wish I could do more.
Well, it sounds like you've already gone beyond and above the call of duty.
It's not enough. I gotta go.
Well, wait a second. Before you go, I wanted to ask you about, about you and Courtney.
Yeah?
Well, you never got back to me about dinner at our place. How's this weekend?
You better ask Courtney that question.
Is everything all right with you two?
I wish I knew.
Yes, you are here.
Hey.
Cecile told me you would be.
Yeah. What's up?
Listen, I got a call from the authors agency. Is it true? Are we having a reading at Wallingford's tonight?
Honey, I set it up last week.
Oh.
Didn't Cecile tell you?
No,
Oh.
it's another thing that slipped her mind.
Well, look, it's okay. I've got it covered.
What are you doing here anyway? You here to see John?
No. Why?
Well, I just thought with this custody battle that Charlene has started.
No, I'm here to see my brother and look in on Josie.
You know, I probably shouldn't say this, but maybe you should talk Charlene out of fighting John for custody of Gregory.
I really shouldn't discuss this,
I
but
know.
if you want my opinion, it's not right for a child to be kept away from either parent.
Right.
However, as her attorney, I can't tell Charlene what to do.
Well, maybe in this case you should. I'm sure Charlene doesn't want to drag this through the courts, does she?
Why?
Well, you know, these things get very ugly.
What are you driving at? Charlene's got nothing to hide. Does she?
Hey, who's minding the store?
Hey, John.
Cecile. That's why I really have to get back.
Well, not so soon. Well, I'm going to go visit Josie, and I'll see you back at Wallingford's, okay?
Okay.
Bye, John. So long.
I really can't stay, John. I can't. No, I mean, no telling what Cecile will do left her own
Listen,
devices.
are you trying to avoid me?
No, of course not. Why would you think that?
Well, it's just that I've been trying to reach you all day long.
I'm sorry. It's just that I've been so busy.
Well, now that I've got you, I'm not about to let you go.
How's Josie? I hear she's going to come out of ICU soon.
Yeah. She's making a remarkable recovery. She's very, very lucky.
She's lucky to have you as a doctor, that's for sure.
Yeah, she almost didn't make it to the operating room. But now that Michael is donating a whole new trauma unit, we'll avoid that problem in the future.
When did you decide to do that?
Just the other night. Oh, I didn't tell you. He's been looking for a way to donate money to the hospital, and I happened to mention that we could really use a new surgical trauma unit, and he wrote me a check. I know that he's been a real pain in the butt recently. I mean, burning your books and everything, but you know what? A guy couldn't ask for a better brother.
I wonder why now.
I don't know. Maybe he's mellowing. In any case, I hope it rubs off on Charlene. I'm pushing for the two of them to work on this project together.
You want them to work together?
Yeah. Charlene doesn't want to, but I'm not going to let her off the hook.
Well, I don't think you can force her.
No, but I can try. Mike may not agree with how we got together, but the bottom line is he's my brother, and he believes in me, and he backs me 100%. Maybe he'll have a little influence on Charlene.
Well, I wouldn't count on that, really.
Hey, come on. Let's be optimistic here. Come on. Let me show you.
How you doing?
Hey. What am I getting out of here?
First, you gotta heal, and then you gotta go do some physical therapy.
And how long is that gonna take?
It's gonna take a month or so.
Now, wait a minute before you get upset. That's all right. It's going to go very fast because I'm going to be here to help you through it, okay? Say okay.
How'd you guys take the news I gave you the other day?
I'm just glad that I have another one.
I found this article about the loss of an ovary. I thought it might help.
Thanks, Morgan.
Yeah. Has your memory come back about the shooting at all?
Not really.
There's a chance it won't come back, right?
That depends.
I really want to remember what happened that night that I was shot.
Why? Why do you want to remember, Jay? Why do you want to relive all that?
Because I can handle it, okay? I don't need to be treated like a baby or something.
I think your man's just looking after you here. Wants to make sure that you don't have to go through any more pain than necessary. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks.
Thanks, Morgan.
Grant. The boys are not here.
Kirkland, stay right here. Stay right here, Kirkland. Just kidding.
What did you do with the boys, Jake? Where
I
are
don't know.
they?
They're not in the kitchen. Helen must have taken them somewhere, but I'll bet you don't find them.
You can't do this. You can't keep my son away from me.
Want to bet?
You have no legal rights in this matter.
No legal rights? Well, Vicky gave me a power of an attorney.
That means nothing. You're not family. I have full legal rights as a father.
Well, we're going to wait till Vicky comes back to determine that.
And when is that supposed to be, Rachel?
I don't know, Grant.
Rachel, you have to understand something. I paid a terrible price in prison. And the one thing that kept me going was my son. Knowing that I'd see him one day. Knowing that I'd get out of there. Knowing that I'd be able to make up for everything that I did.
Do you know what this is? This is the world's smallest violin playing My Heart Bleeds for You. And now that story time's over, I'd be more than happy to escort you back to your car.
Wait a minute. I have something to say to you, Grant. You say you've changed.
I have, Rachel. Believe me, I have.
Haven't I heard this before, Grant? Right after you shot yourself and tried to pin it on Vicky. And then you shot your own brother. And you lied about it. And Carl knew. And he tried to stop you, and that almost ruined my marriage because I thought Carl wanted revenge. All he wanted was a little justice. And that very little bit of justice has stopped now for some unknown reason. You say you've suffered, we've all suffered. Most especially Kirkland, because he does still love you. Vicky hasn't told him what you've done. And now it's time for you to prove that you're worthy of that love. Or otherwise, you don't have any right to be with that child at all.
I think she said it all. And now it's time for you to go. Carlin has taken the kids to your studio. You might want to go tell him the coast is clear. I'll make sure he's gone.
Don't be taken in by him.
I'm not. But just possibly this situation will change him.
I think that's the most stupid thing you've ever said.
You turned your life around.
True.
Because of the love you had for your son.
It's not the same for Grant.
Well, you better pray God that it is. Because he's not going anywhere. That's his son and he loves him. And that's the fact we have to deal with.
Yes. Why don't you go get the children?
Will you be here when I get back?
Well, I do have an errand to run.
You're going after Grant.
Am I?
So with the...
Daddy said.
You are? Well, you know what's happening now. Steven's upstairs and he wants to show you his computer storybook. Would you like to see that?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, scoot.
Wow! Off we go, little one.
That was Grant?
Yes.
Carl, you can't keep him from calling.
Yes, I can, and we shall. Now, let's have this phone number changed to an unlisted one for starters.
That's not going to keep him away. He'll come back again and again.
Then we shall hire security guards, position them all around the place, and keep him off the estate.
And once again, we'll be living in an armed camp.
Well, I have no desire to live in an armed camp any more than you do, but please remember, he did once try to kidnap those boys.
You don't have to remind me of that.
And knowing that, you're still willing to allow him to see his son?
It's not up to me. It's up to Vicky. I'm just saying it's a mistake to interfere with this relationship. There must be some way we can maintain the child's safety and still let him see his father.
My darling, you do not give a fox the keys to the hen house.
If we prevent Grant from seeing his child, he will do something drastic.
Right, well, then he'll be back in prison, right where he belongs.
Yes, and then he'll be pardoned once again, and we'll be right back where we started.
Yes, that governor. Governor Drake is either corrupt or he's an imbecile. You do not pardon a cop killer. Every police department across the state are up in arms.
I'm just saying that Grant is that boy's father. If we compromise now, we can prevent all hell from breaking loose, Carl.
I think you're being naive.
You, of all people, must know the tragedy of keeping a father from his son.
What is her problem?
Adult. He'll create a hero out of his father, just the way Grant did with Justine.
It's not the same.
It's exactly the same.
No.
Grant was taken away from Justine. He was prevented from seeing her, so he invented a saintly mother, and then when he finally met her so many years later, he couldn't see her for what she really was. All he could see was his perfect mother. Don't you think it's best to give Kirkland a chance to know the father he has?
These were just delivered for you, Mr. Harrison.
Thank you, James. Looks like I'm going to have to do something about that crush of Lucy's, huh?
Well, it's nice to know someone's wishing you well. We had quite a few cancellations this evening.
Oh, don't you worry, James. I'll regain my prominence in Bay City no matter what.
As usual, you see light where I see only darkness. Personally, I don't think Grant should be given the slightest consideration. Hello?
Hey, signed, sealed, and delivered, and the pigeons staying put.
Yes, well, thank you for calling, but we already received the Herald. Now, convince me.
I just don't think there should be a battle over this child.
Right, then what you're saying is that we should speak to Grant.
When?
Well, there's no time like the present. The children are safe. Come on, let's go down to the Harbor Club. We'll have dinner down there tonight. My wife feels that we should talk to you and discuss visitation rights with Kirkland.
We want to do what's best for Kirkland.
Have you spoken with Victoria about this?
Not yet. But if you agree to cooperate, we'll try to convince her it's in Kirkland's best interests.
Well, I would certainly agree with that.
Darling, would you give me a private moment with Grant?
Yes.
James, see to Mrs. Hutchins, please. Oh, by the way, thank you for the flowers. I realized who'd sent them when I saw that they were dead. By the way, who do you employ to do your dirty little deeds these days, Carl?
Can you believe it? My wife wants me to discuss with you the possibility of you seeing your son.
What do you propose?
That as long as you may live, you never see him again. Well, I'll meet you out front. I'll be right there.
All right.
Rachel, thank you so much for taking good care of Kirkland.
Yes, it was fun. I'm worried about Matthew. I hope he's all right.
He will be. He just needs to deal with his grief in his own way.
Yes, but I want to help him.
Do you fancy a nightcap?
Yes, please. How did it go with you and Grant? It looked friendly enough.
We came to an understanding.
You talked about Kirkland.
Yes, we spoke of Kirkland. I think we made progress.
Really? I always think when I say something to you, it goes in one ear and out the other.
I always listen.
No, you don't. Not unless you agree with me. Is that mine or is this mine?
Yes. Which is more often than I care to admit. Cheers.
I just think it would be a dangerous mistake to keep Grant from his child.
Yes, well, there's no doubt. The boy is near and dear to his heart.
So you've worked out some sort of visitation plan?
No. No, nothing like that. Not yet.
You're going to wait till you hear from Vicky?
Everything in good time. Now, you do agree that certain ground rules should be set before Grant ever sees his son?
Yes.
And that those visits should be strictly supervised?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, if Grant agrees to that point, and if Victoria says yes, I'm sure an arrangement can be made. Into hell.
I guess sons never get over their fathers.
And fathers who never get over their sons.
I'm afraid we're in for some rough times with Grant.
And here was I, looking for a few quiet, sensual moments. Oh.
Well, we can get through anything if we're together, can't we? Raphael.
Sorry to bust in, but
It's
I need a minute.
It's a little late, isn't it? Can't it wait until morning?
Actually, it's kind of important.
Oh. All right. I'll leave you two fellas to talk.
You're going up to bed. I'll be right there.
Don't be long.
I won't.
Good night, Raphael.
Good night, Miss Hutchins.
Well?
Well, I took care of phase 1.
Yes, and?
And? There's the baby.
What, are you holding out on me, darling?
No, Jake's come round to check to see if Stephen and Kirk are well.
Oh, Grant is showing up here about Stephen and Kirkland, right? That's how you see he's causing trouble.
No. Last night we handled everything with Grant. I'll get the children. They're looking forward to seeing you.
Last night we handled everything? Oh, I get it. She declawed you, huh? She took the old fangs out?
I've learned to live and let live. Of Grant having the visits with his son.
Over my dead body. Vicky entrusted those kids to me. She made it very clear she didn't want Grant anywhere near Stephen or Kirkland, Carl. This is not gonna happen.
Grant is that child's father. He believes he has a right to have some visitation with him.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
We're going to wait until we talk to Vicky. But it's an enormous mistake to keep Grant from that child.
Victoria makes the final decision.
Hey, what it is? You guys ready to go see some elephants and some clowns and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You buy cotton candy?
Are you kidding? Who are you talking to? You can eat all the junk food you want.
I didn't know you'd planned to take the children to the circus today.
Yeah. You made a plan to go to the circus. You got a problem with that?
Hi.
Damn it, Maggie. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, I have just as much right being in here as you.
Oh, really? Last I heard, you weren't a Corey anymore. So why don't you stop spying on me because I'm busy?
Doing what?
None of your business. So beat it. What are you staring at?
You seem different, Raphael.
Maggie, I really don't care what you think.
Something in your eyes. You seem nervous, almost scared.
You're something else, you know that? You always got your imagination on overdrive. Now, I've got a lot of work to do here for Mr. and Mrs. Hutchins, so if you don't mind...
What could be so major? Cleaning the stables?
Listen, I know manual labor is a foreign concept to you, Maggie, but if I don't get this tractor finished and this place cleaned up, I'm fired. So if you don't mind, vanish. I got work to do.
Fine. I'm going. I didn't come here to see you anyway.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, then what did you come here for?
I heard Stephen and Kirkland are staying here, and I just want to spend some time with them.
Like hell you will. You need to stay away from those kids.
What's going on with you? Why are you so freaked out?
Maggie, you're just a pain in the butt, all right? You always show up where you're not supposed to be. You're just bad news. You're just like your mother.
I am nothing like Cecile, and I wish you'd stop saying that.
I figured you'd be out celebrating. It looks like your little plan to break up Nick and Sophia finally came together.
What are you saying? They broke up?
You and your mother are one and the same. You always play this dumb, innocent act.
Was that, well, we thought the children should stay close to home for a bit.
Why? We want to go to the circus.
Yeah. Yes, I know that. And you shall. But not today.
We just think it's better for them to stay at home because it's safer, Jake.
As long as it's safer. Okay, gang, come over here for a second. Hey, dear. As much as I want to go to the circus, you guys are gonna have to take me another day, okay?
Promise?
Yes, I promise. So stay here and try to have fun with Carl and Rachel. All right. You gonna take care of your big brother? No. Okay, well, will you take care of your little brother? All right, come here. Close your eyes, everybody. High fives all around. Yes! All right, I'm out of here.
Okay.
Jake.
See you later, Jake.
You, little man, can count on it. Be cool.
Sorry, Jake.
Well, I hope you lads are not too disappointing.
What are your plans for them, darling?
Oh, it's down the lake house. Yes, where you'll find lions with voices like thunder. Eagles with eyes made of diamonds that can see over the whole world all at once. With elephants with little houses on their backs, yes, and zebras with barred and spotted coats. And they're waiting for you right now.
Oh, come on.
Stephen, what about your brother? You have a brother. You must always remember to look after your little brother. Do you understand? Always remember. Off you go.
No!
I'll go and check. You play goalie. Keep an eye on the boys.
Okay. All right. Okay, what were we doing here?
Apparently, it was our young mechanic.
Yeah, sorry, Miss Hutchins. I was down by the stable trying to repair that old tractor, and apparently it backfired.
Oh. Oh, well, I'm relieved it's nothing worse than that.
I'm sorry the noise scared you.
It's all right. It's all right.
Totally hyperventilated from blowing up all the balloons.
Fios and Tierro start hanging out together.
Raphael works here. He's doing odd jobs. Why?
Never mind. I saw Josie today at the hospital. She said she didn't remember shooting Blair.
Darling, that happens.
What if she doesn't remember shooting Blair because she didn't shoot Blair? What if somebody else did? Somebody who's still out there.
Hello, Matthew. Wine comes in at the mouth. Love goes in at the eye. That's all we can know of the truth. Until we are old and die. I lift the glass to my mouth. I look at you. And I sigh. William Butler Yeats. A darling fella.
I'll go see about lunch.
What is it, Matthew? For the wedded bliss of his parents. And Dante. For the wisdom of the ages.
Well, all I know is he's going to have an awful lot of love. And you are a tiger today.
I think Mac must be looking down, smiling.
Let me take a look at this
I
kid.
hope so.
Oh, my goodness, you're right. He's got Paulina's face and Joe's body.
Did I say that?
Hey, he's got to have my body. He's got to play for the Giants. Or maybe the Yankees. Or both. Both. You got to support us at our old age, right?
Hey.
Hey,
Hi, Joe.
Hey, listen, where's your better half? We can't do this thing without her.
Hi, Paulina. She's on her way over. She's just wanted to stop off and say hello to Josie. Tap shoes for Dante.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Oh, it's our
Thanks a lot.
pleasure.
Thank you very much. Where's Sophia? She should be here by now. What's she do? Lose her watch today or what?
Patience. She'll be here.
Every time Sophia's late for something, I get nervous.
Nick?
The check, huh? Well, I hope you're not offended.
Of course I'm not offended. But you just promised to let me know if you need some help.
I promise. But thank you.
Do I hear the sound of cash not changing hands?
Offer made and politely refused.
Hey, that's my girl, huh? We appreciate it, Rachel. We really, really do. But you know what? I think the bad times are all behind us now. We're in good shape financially.
Good.
Did you ask her yet, by the way?
Ask me what?
Oh, well,
Huh?
this is kind of short notice, but I was going to ask you to be Dante's godmother.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, thank you.
The fact is, I was going to ask you anyway as his grandmother, but now it's doubly appropriate because you delivered him.
Well, I had a lot of help.
Well, that's true. You're right. And I was thinking if you wouldn't mind sharing your godmothering duties with Felicia and Charlene.
Not at all.
Oh, good. Well, as soon as they get here, that is.
Are you sure you want to walk out that door?
No, but I think you should.
Well, are you suggesting that we end it?
No,
Good. Because there's not...
others than Sleeping Beauty, huh?
Well, let me go and get you your wings and your wand.
Okay.
Mother, are you okay?
Yes, I'm a fairy godmother. How bad could it be?
Might be.
No reason, just asking.
Listen, will you stand next to me?
Love to.
Thanks.
Okay, everybody gather around, please. Everybody. I guess, as most of you know, I tend to do things by the book. But Paulina and I have discussed this, and we decided to try to modify the ceremony a little bit so all of you could participate. And Father G has accepted that arrangement. So, we just want our son to know you've been so wonderful to me and Paulina, and we're very, very grateful. Thank you. Father G, shall we start?
I baptized Giuseppe and Sophia Teresa and all the Carlino. Baby. That's it. Now, we normally like to perform this sacrament in church, but we'll make an exception in this case.
As long as we're around the food, right, Father?
He knows me too well. A baby is God's gift to the world, an outward and blessed manifestation of his divine presence. With children, we affirm our commitment to each other through the family. And through the family, we create the future. A future that is based on love. It is your wish that Dante Mackenzie be baptized in the faith of the church?
You know, I had a family with all of the
children. Dante Mackenzie Carlino, I baptize you in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. It's official.
Think he misses his daddy.
Hey. Hey. Everybody came to parenthood very late, as you know. And God knows it didn't last very long. But I believe that I appreciate this moment and this event much more keenly because of my experiences. And well, I learned my lessons in life. And like Polonius to young Laertes, I offer to you, Joe and Paulina, very simple advice. Be constant and be patient in your love for this little one, always. Know that all things come to those who wait. Trust that the bonds which unite the two of you, Kenzie, Carlino.
Dante, Mackenzie, Carlino.
Salud.
Salud.
When I see the truth, then you give it to me. Until then, it's up to me and my fertile imagination.
You've been asking a lot of questions about Blair Baker.
She was killed by a police officer. People like to know why these things happen.
You're a good investigator. By now, you should know almost everything there is to know about Blair Baker.
Have some ideas?
Yeah, such as who wanted her dead.
What a caterwauling have we here? Oh, ye are men of stone, friends, Romans, countrymen. Lend me your ears. Put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head. You will count to 50. You will count to 500.
500?
Yes, 500. Are you complaining? You want some more? Do you want some more? No. You to the library. You to the terrace.
Well, you know, sometimes they just won't listen to me.
Yeah, well, you see, that's because you, my darling, are the sweet, warm, and cozy one. And it's me. I'm the tyrant.
Yes, I know that, but they also miss their mother.
Yes. Yes, well, here is a possible solution.
Experienced nanny wanted for 2 boys, ages 4 and 8. References required. Contact.
Well-fed and rambunctious.
Carl made me count to 500.
500? Oh, you ratted on you.
Yes, dear little prodigy. Now, let me tell you something, Lance. Helen in the kitchen has blueberry pancakes sizzling on the griddle. Off you go.
Bring me one.
Now, what was it you were saying, Granny?
Get away from me.
You need help up there. We go, look.
Way. You can't hire somebody to take care of these boys without consulting me.
Do you want the job?
I wanted them from the very beginning, and I would never have acquiesced to this arrangement if Jake hadn't been so insistent.
Darling, unless you're prepared to commit to several hours a day playing Parcheesi, I think you should really bow to the inevitable. Those lads need a more structured timetable.
Carl, I am very happy to give them a more structured timetable.
Well, you didn't
I
with
was
your
going to
own
be taking
children,
them
did you?
shopping this afternoon. shopping. They hate shopping. They need bathing suits.
They don't need that. They can go naked.
Certainly do.
They can
Excuse
swim.
me. Well, then I'll take
Hello?
Hello, may I speak to Mr. or Mrs. Hutchins?
This is Mrs. Hutchins.
Hi, my name is Anna Josephson. I'm calling in regard to the nanny position listed in the paper today. Is it still available?
Yes, it is.
Would it be convenient for me to come over this morning?
Matt, you're gonna have to prove the op-ed page. I gotta run.
Matt's not here. What do you need, Jake?
Come in. I gotta follow up on a story.
On a daily basis. I think you could use a rest. You don't fancy me as a nanny?
No, I don't, and that's my appointment, that young lady who called. I have 2 other appointments scheduled today.
Uh-huh. I'll stay if you want.
No, darling. We can talk about it later.
Hello, please come in. This is my wife, Mrs. Hutchins. She's the person you must impress.
Oh, goodbye, darling.
See you later on.
Hello. Hi, I'm Anna Josephson.
Well, thank you for...
By yourself.
She won't be seeing Nick if that's...
You need any help in there?
No, I'm finished. Don't look, I don't want you to see me this way.
Why not?
Because my scars are so ugly.
Josie, you are beautiful. Those scars don't change that. You're beautiful.
Why are you being so mysterious?
This is not any of my doing.
What's
just
going
don't
on,
be
Donna?
angry
Look,
with
please
me.
just tell us what has happened.
Michael, tell them.
Jake took the boys to London.
London?
What?
Victoria asked him to.
You mean he's been in touch with Vicky?
Jake told her that Grant was out of prison, so she asked him to bring the boys to London as quickly as possible.
Why wouldn't Jake tell us that?
Can you be sure?
Well, why else would he take them?
Well, he's become more than a little possessive about those 2 lads of late.
Jake would not kidnap those kids.
Yes, but how do you know?
Look, Jake's not my favorite person in the world either, but the fact is right now Victoria trusts him more than she trusts any one of us.
I'm calling Jamie.
Rachel, I can save you the trouble there. I called, and his housekeeper said he's out of the country.
This is all Grant's doing.
Carl, if you're going to look for Grant, I can save you the trouble. Dunn and I checked the Harbor Club today. He hasn't been there at all.
To the bedroom. Wait a minute, you left this one. Is it the one with the dot?
Jake. All right, tell me. What's going on? Why are the children here with you?
Well, Vicky's place has been sold. There's a lot of room here. I rented out the entire floor.
That's not an answer.
It's what she wants, Rachel, and right now I'm the only one she trusts.
This isn't good for those children, to be shunted from pillar to post. I mean, they need security. They need stability.
Well, that's the way it's going to be, and besides, it's only temporary.
Excuse me, Mr.
Yeah.
McKen? Security system's installed. I'll show you how to set the code.
Great.
No!
Jake, how could you take those 2 little kids to London? I just don't believe it. Look at these kids. And how could you talk Donna into allowing you, into cooperating? That's what I'd like to know. Hey,
What is all this noise, Jake?
come on in, join the crowd.
What are you doing
Look,
here?
I want to know what the heck you were taking them to London for. Where the heck is my daughter?
Why are these boys back here? Where's Victoria? What's going on?
We just turn this off, okay?
Quiet down! Okay, this is to answer everyone's question. I'm installing the security system because Vicky's coming back to town. But we couldn't find her.
Why not? Is she in trouble again?
No, thanks to her quick thinking, we averted a disaster.
What kind of a disaster?
What are you talking about?
Do me a favor, all right? Take 1 toy and go to your bedroom with it.
Okay.
1, go.
There he goes. You got the big one.
What?
Okay, go on.
Grant was in London. He was on the same plane that I was going on.
He could have taken Kirk
Listen, I don't need you to remind me of that,
All right, what happened in London?
We looked around the airport. The boys thought they saw her, and they ran off. And thank God there was a cop there who found them, and he gave me a note from Vicky.
What did the note say?
Well, before we got a chance to meet, Vicky saw Grant. Grant didn't see Vicky, and in the note she said, for me to take the boys back to Bay City, which is exactly what I did. I called her later. It was close, but everything's all right.
This is outrageous. Somebody's got to do something.
Okay, Kirkland, come here a second.
What I think we need to do is we need to concentrate on what's best for the boys now.
Listen,
Look, I want Victoria's number, and I want that note.
cannot be reached right now, all right?
I'm sorry for interrupting, but this noise can't be good for the boys.
Who the hell are you?
Jake, this is what I was trying to explain to you. This is Anna Josephson, the nanny we hired.
Hey! You were supposed to consult me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Donna. Miss Josephson, these are the Hudsons, the children's grandparents. And the person clearing his throat is Jake McKinnon, a friend of Vicky's, the boy's mother.
You have a very clear throat.
Hey, Anna, you want to go in the other room and see all the toys Jake bought us?
Sure. If it's all right with everyone.
Oh, I think that would be a nice idea for the boys to get to know
Wait, you actually approve of this arrangement?
I don't think it's up to any of us to approve or disapprove. It's what Vicky wants, and as long as the boys are supervised.
So they're going to be so supervised you won't even recognize them.
All right, if that's what she wants, so be it. Come here, boys.
Jake, as soon as Vicky gets in touch with you, I'll...
And they tell me that the fragrance is hypnotic. Shall I go out and come in again? Was it something I said? All right. What's wrong?
I just got off the phone with Grant. He claims that you've been keeping him from seeing Kirkland. Is that true? Tell me you haven't been lying to me.
It won't be long now, Kirkland.
Darling Mr. Harrison, I don't consider binding.
Then you have been lying to me?
Darling, there are times when my desire to placate you takes over my better judgment. You see, where you are concerned, I'm fallible, but not where Grant is concerned. With him I cannot bend and will not yield.
Even if it means Vicky loses that child.
It'll never come to that, never, ever.
Grant has the law on his side, Carl. I see. I see you're still disregarding the law.
Well, I've never allowed it to interfere unnecessarily with my life, or to deprive those people that I love of what is rightfully theirs. Victoria will never lose the boy to Grant, not while there is breath in this body.
Victoria is out of the country. She's left those children with Jake, who has no legal right to them. Grant has a legal right. The court has awarded him visitation, supervised visitation, which means we can help him toe the line.
The man is unfit. He's disturbed. He's dangerous. Rachel, do you think for a moment that I'm going to simply allow Grant to pick up the threads of his life? No. No, I don't think Grant should have a moment's pleasure in his child. Not when he murdered my beloved Ryan.
I understand your position.
Then why don't you stand with me against Grant?
To oppose Grant in this is to hand that child over to him. Why can't you understand that?
Why can't you understand and trust that I would never allow that to happen? My God, it is ironic. Jake McKinnon understands exactly how I feel.
You have really gone over the edge if you're trusting Jake. I'm going to make sure Grant sees Kirkland. I would like your support in this. I will not ask again.
Look, I need you to get over to Bay City General. I want you to cover that Courtney Evans memorial service, okay?
Would you take the children into the other room? Sure thing.
I'll see you in a minute, kids.
Whoa.
Well, I don't remember inviting you over.
Well, I didn't feel I needed an invitation to check and make sure that my grandchildren were all right. And I have arranged for Grant to see Kirkland today.
No way.
He will be over here any minute now.
Rachel, if Grant tries to step one foot inside this apartment, I will have him arrested.
Well, then you'll have to prove to the police why you have any right to have these children here, since you're no relation to them.
What's up with you? I mean, you have it in for Vicky? Is that what
I'm
it is?
trying to protect Vicky. And if you don't cooperate with me, then those very same policemen will take these children over to my house. I don't know why I agreed to this in the first place.
It's not up to you. Vicky wants it that way.
Do you really want Vicky to lose custody of these children? Because that's what will happen if you don't cooperate.
Carl.
Hello, Jake. Trust me on this. Darling, have you made the arrangements you spoke of?
Yes, I have.
Well, it's time then.
Calm down. I don't mind answering the captain's questions. I can't.
Stay here with me.
Calm
Matthew,
down.
do you want me to come with you, please?
It's okay, Cass.
Matthew, just... Matthew! 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 Matthew!
Hi.
Hi.
Captain and Dana right now.
What's this all about?
Apparently it has something to do with Blair Baker's death.
But they can't believe Matthew had anything
They're
to
just
do with
taking a
that.
statement.
Uh-huh. Should we retain a lawyer?
No more than for yourselves.
Us?
Listen, what I'm saying is that no one is under any more suspicion than anyone else right now. It's all part of the investigation. I wouldn't worry.
Well, how are you feeling, honey?
Fine, it's good to be back to work.
Forgive me, but I thought the investigation was closed and an arrest had been made.
Well, apparently the captain has a few more questions. I don't think Matthew will be much longer. If you guys want to take a seat, I'd get you some coffee,
No,
but...
honey, it's fine. We'll take care of ourselves.
I think we should call Cass Winthrop, just in case.
Why? Matthew hasn't done anything wrong.
Neither have we.
You can't seriously believe we're suspects.
Oh, I don't doubt it. And besides, Matthew may have something that we don't. An alibi.
Matt, tell us about your relationship with Blair Baker.
Like I said, I was in love with her.
When did the two of you first meet?
Raphael, any problem?
No, they just wanted me to move the car. I just want to let you know that I parked it up the street.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah. Hey, is everything all right?
Yes, Matthew's still giving you a statement.
Darling, I'm going to make a call to Jake and check on the children.
Wow. Matt must be in some real trouble if he's in...
Stake to allow Grant access to those children.
Yes, well, we have a difference of opinion, don't we?
We certainly do.
What are you going to tell the police if they ask you about Blair?
The truth. That she was a desperate career criminal who was inspired to go after more than she deserved.
Including Matthew.
Of course, including Matthew. You see, Matthew is, well, he's a bit like his mother in some ways. Tries very hard to find the good bits in people, no matter how difficult that may be.
So you think that there was some good in Blair?
Of course not. She was Miss Malice aforethought. No more, no less.
Hey.
A request. This is pro forma, but necessary. Stay in Bay City. In the meantime, I'll be questioning others.
Where are you off to?
I'm going with you to the interrogation.
No. Absolutely not. I don't want you going near that police station. You had quite enough of that place last night.
Is there something you don't want me to hear?
Through to type, he's bound to ask you all sorts of unpleasant questions about my colorful past. Now, why do you want to subject yourself to that?
Because I love you, and because I want to be there with you.
All right.
Excuse me. The car's out front, so whenever you guys are ready,
Thank you.
I don't recall asking for your assistance today, Raphael.
I asked him.
I see. Well, as you wish.
Murder stalks Bay City.
No arrest, man. Certainly, thank you for being so prompt. Mrs. Hutchins, I didn't expect to see you here this morning.
Well, I wanted to be with Carl.
Yeah, Mr. Santiero. How convenient. Good. I may have questions for both of you as well.
Why me? I already answered all your questions.
Yeah, that's right. You were the Good Samaritan that found Courtney's body floating in the bay, dialed 911. Mr. Hutchins, are you aware that your employee here is such a model citizen?
Very proud of you, Raphael. You mustn't be so shy about your accomplishments.
I was in shock.
Yeah. Mr. Hutchins, if you don't mind?
I'd like to go with him, please.
I'm sorry, Miss Hutchins, that's
No, darling,
impossible.
I'll be fine. She's not used to this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be fine.
Right this way.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Tibbs.
Hey. Out of
No,
this. I've
it's
already
all right,
asked.
darling. He's just trying to do his job.
Thank you, Miss Hutchins.
Okay, what are you smiling about?
Bit between your son and Blair Baker.
I supported my son.
Did you trust Miss Baker?
I had my reservations.
Mrs. Hutchins, did you like Miss Baker?
Matthew cared about her. That was good enough for me.
Do you think that she loved your son?
I have absolutely no idea. But I assumed at the time that she did.
Yeah. For someone who was in love, she was sneaking out of town. I mean, is that the way a person in love acts? What do you think?
Well, when somebody is in love, they are bound to do strange things.
Yeah. When your son found out that Miss Baker was leaving town so suddenly, he must have been pretty angry, pretty upset. The night Miss Baker was killed, your son was very upset. He was heartbroken, wasn't he? Mrs. Hutchins, please answer the question.
Yes, he was upset. That doesn't mean that he killed her.
How do you know?
I know my son. He's not a murderer.
Did you kill Blair Baker, Mrs. Hutchins?
No, of course I didn't kill her. It's a ridiculous question, and if you're through with me...
No, I'm not. Please sit down. Where were you at the time Blair Baker was killed?
Well, I don't think I know what time Blair Baker was killed. But I expect you're referring to a drive that I took that night.
Did you go alone?
Yes.
Do you remember exactly where you drove to?
No, as a matter of fact, I don't. Actually, I have some vague memory of winding up down at the waterfront.
Could that possibly have been anywhere near the docks?
Possibly. But as I just said, I don't really remember.
How much longer will this go on?
You know, you haven't said anything to me since you got out of interrogation.
Don't. For both of you, I appreciate your cooperation. You are both free to go.
Well, of course we are, you bloody fool.
Darling.
Mr. Santiero, just a moment, please. Mr. Santiero, you found Courtney Evans' body by the docks, correct?
You know I did.
Happened to go by the docks.
Yeah, I know a shortcut that way.
Ah. Okay. That's all for now.
I can go.
Yeah, thanks. Officer Watt?
Dante? Pictures of Dante.
Wonderful. Oh, they look like a very
cute.
lovely trip.
He looks like Paulina a little bit, I think.
How big he got.
You know, I still can't believe that you and Rachel and Charlene delivered this baby.
It's time for you to have a baby, isn't it?
Raphael, Sophia, I got your message. You had something to tell me?
Yeah, it's about us.
All right, thank you, Raphael. I'm sure you've got much to do. Why don't you look for that money?
I don't know how you do this. You're always so steady. I'm still a wreck.
Well, that's my job. As your partner. Sometimes I must be the strong one. And sometimes you are the strong one. I shall always take care of you, Rachel.
I believe that. But you always surprise me, Carl. I wonder how much we really know each other.
As the crime rate soars across the state, yet confessed cop killer Grant Harrison, after spending only a few short months in prison, has been pardoned by our esteemed, supposedly tough on crime, Governor Drake. Yes, well done, Jake. You've hit the mark.
Grant Harrison, public enemy #1. That's libelous. How could Jake print that?
It's an editorial, darling, and a very effective one.
Did you encourage Jake to print that?
Why do you think he needed any encouragement from me, though I do submit to the conclusion?
How long are you going to bait Grant?
What if Matthew had been his victim?
Harrison has returned to his old haunts in Bay City. Had better...
And have we come? Great hatred, little room, maimed us at the start. I carry from my mother's womb my fanatic heart. I truly believe this man is not fit to be a parent to that boy.
And that's exactly what he's saying about Vicky.
What are you talking about? This abandonment charge is a ruse.
If you keep taking this hard line with Grant, he will sue for custody.
It's the only line to take with him. Besides, it would never hold up in court.
Oh, don't be too sure about that. Vicky's out of the country.
And she's coming home. Jake will bring her home.
And how long do you think she's going to stay home? If you keep pushing Grant, he'll do something drastic. And then what will Vicky do? She'll just take the boys out of the country again, and no one will be able to see them again. Is that what you want?
None of this would be happening if you were in prison where you belong. How did you gain your release? Do you think Governor Drake was paid off?
Carl, this was all a travesty, but that is not the issue now.
No, the issue now is to keep the boys protected.
Oh, I wish I could believe that that's all you wanted. But it feels to me as though you're going back to your old ways.
If that were the case, darling, this problem would long since have been solved. No. What's important is that the boys are kept safe.
I wish I could believe that.
That's true.
I don't know what's true with you anymore.
Where are you off to?
I'm going to take the boys out. Do you have a problem with that? Boys, we're going to go out to lunch. Why don't you get your things?
Good morning, Mr. Hutchins.
So, where are you off to?
I haven't decided yet.
How long will you be?
I don't know. Say goodbye.
Bye, Grandpa.
All right, let's kiss. Be well.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Grandpa.
See you later.
Shall I stay?
Frankly, my dear.
If you were just going out, we'll go away.
No, it's not important. No, this is much more important. Hey there.
Left center field. He's going to first and Romney second place. He's going to third. He's coming into home. It's a home run inside the park. Home run. Awesome display of baseball ability. Yay! I love you. Let's have another turn, shall we? Come on.
I think maybe now is a time for break. For milk and cookies. How about that, guys?
Hey,
okay?
That's a good idea. Milk and cookies. What do you say? Help yourself. They're in the kitchen, guys.
Stephen, can you pour the milk for your brother?
Fine.
Yeah,
okay. Do it carefully.
Knock yourself
okay?
out.
Don't spill.
Thanks for bringing him over, Rachel. I appreciate
You're welcome. But I came over here to talk to you. That's why I'm here.
Oh, what is it?
Vicky isn't abandoning those children, and you know it.
And where is she? I mean, why isn't she here with them, huh?
She doesn't want to be anywhere near you, Grant. She doesn't want the children near you either, and I don't blame her.
Then why did you bring them here, Rachel?
Because I think it's in Kirkland's best interest.
Of course it is. He loves me. I'm his father.
Kirkland loves Vicky, too, and she's his mother. And it's wrong to take him from her.
Rachel, I've tried to work this thing out with her, and she wouldn't hear it.
So you're gonna sue her for custody?
Well, I don't think I have much choice.
Yes, you have a choice, just don't do it. But if you continue to fight Vicky, she only has one choice. She'll take those children and she'll leave and you'll never see them again. Is that what you want?
I don't think that she'll let me see them even if she stays
I don't
in base.
agree with you. She's not unreasonable. She knows Kirkland loves you, Grant. She knows that child wants to see you. And I think she'd like to make that possible. But you would have to go an awful long mile before you could prove to her that you deserve that chance.
Now, how do you suggest I do that?
It won't be easy. But you can drop the suit for one.
You think that's enough?
No. You've hurt her and hurt her again and again over the years. It's going to take a long time for you to win her trust back.
Well, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to do that.
So you don't even think it's worth a try? I mean, from where I sit, you have an awful lot to lose. But somebody very precious to gain.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll get on it right now, okay?
Well, you've done that. See to your other commitments. Did the boys have lunch?
Yes. We went to Big Jimmy's. Listen, guys, after Raphael finishes at the pool, you can go swimming, but why don't you go up and play in the playroom now? Okay?
Come on.
You're gone a long time.
Yes. I also took them over to Grant's.
Did you?
I was trying to convince him to drop this suit against Vicky.
I'm sure he listened, didn't he?
I hope so. But even if he agrees, that's not going to end it, Carl. We have to drop our differences. Can you do that?
Whatever it means keeping Victoria and the children here. Of course, I'll do whatever's necessary.
How much Kirkland wants to be with me. And you agree with me, I'm sure, that a father has every right to be with his son. And no one can stand in the way of that.